Welcome back to r/entitled people, where we read stories about entitled coworkers that we can all relate to. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe to join our awesome community, and without any further ado, let's dive right into the stories. Entitled coworker thinks she is entitled to more money than me. I moved to a new town and got a new job only a couple of months ago. Anyway, one of my new coworkers is a new graduate who has worked there for a year. I have more years of experience in the field, and apparently from talking to other people and overhearing things in the workplace, she has been telling people that I am a bad worker and is spiteful that I get paid more than her. She yelled at me a couple of weeks ago telling me to do my job description, when I simply forgot to do something small that is not a big issue. I told manager and she was spoken to. She did not look happy about that, but has not done so since. She tries to ignore me, which I don't mind as she is a massive brat and I don't want to talk to her either. Also, how does she know about how much money I earn? I have not told her this, nor would I ever tell her this, nor have I told any of my other workers this. I noticed that she spends a lot of time socializing with other coworkers. She loves to be the center of attention, she's just rude to me, but tries so hard to be super popular with everyone else. Complains about being broke, it is likely that her entitlement issues play into this, even uses her phone at times when she's not supposed to, workplace health and safety stuff. She's not stellar by any means. Also, any suggestions on how to deal with this situation would be more than welcome. So guys, after you have now heard the story, what would you suggest OP to do? Furthermore, did you ever have a coworker that was jealous or angry at you for earning less money than you? Let us know in the comments. Entitled coworker tries to get me to do her job for her, or how orange cookies got her spine. Back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, I was an HR assistant for a program serving disadvantaged children and their families. Karen, whom I have mentioned in, so far, one of my earlier stories, was a director for the program. Our program had a federal review every 3 years. Karen wanted the teachers at each of our sites to start using a database to enter kids' information, anecdotal reports, etc. before the review. The problem was there were over 250 kids whose information needed to be entered and not enough teachers to enter the information. I agreed to help Karen with the data entry. Little did I know I would come to regret that decision. Karen pointed me to what she said were training materials for the database, but the training materials gave very little information beyond what I could figure out on my own. Kid's name goes here, anecdotal report goes there. This should have been my first clue that something was wrong. Then I started getting calls from teachers asking for more than "add new kids to the database." I did not mind the "add new kids" requests. After all, I had agreed to help. What I had not agreed or expected to do was spend 2 to 3 hours every single day fielding calls asking for technical support. Like, "how do you do this?" or "what happens if?" I had no more information than those teachers had, and I was beginning to suspect Karen was not training the teachers either. Then I got a phone call from one of our site managers, whom I will call Charlene. The call went like this. Me, hello? Charlene, "Hi, I heard you were our go-to person for technical support on database I was beginning to hate with the fire of 1,000 suns." Me, "No, who told you that?" Charlene, "Karen." Me, "Well, she's wrong. I only agreed to help with data entry and was barely even trained on that." Charlene apologized and said she would talk to Karen about getting her teachers some additional training on the database. As soon as the conversation with Charlene was over, I talked to my boss, whom I will call HR manager because she was, and asked to be taken off the project. HR manager agreed, saying I did not have the time, nor was it really my job. Karen's job was to provide training and technical assistance to the teachers. And judging from this whole database debacle, Karen was failing miserably at it. And guys, if you have watched until here, please don't forget to post some star emojis in the comments and also like the video if you would like to support me. Your help is very much appreciated. Thank you. Mom owns entitled coworker in epic fashion. This story is from my mom, it's from LZEar or so, but I found it funny. I want to make clear, my mom is nearly pushing 60, this is important for later. I would also like you to know my mom holds a powerful position in her department and calls a lot of shots. This is also important. Lastly, my mom is a very proud black woman, this is also important. So last year or so at my mom's job, she had this older white woman started calling her girl. So it would be, "What are you doing, girl?" or "Where are you going, girl?" My mother did not like this, but the lady felt entitled to give people in her office nicknames without asking them if it was okay or not. Also, the way it was said, it was similar to how some racist southern whites during the days of Jim Crow would call young black men boy. My mom did not like this but dealt with it for a few weeks before one day going off on her saying, "I would appreciate it if you stop calling me girl. I have a government name, it is blank. Please use that as I am not a girl." The woman just stopped in her tracks and sulks off, not even apologizing to my mother. My mother was the first one to stand up to her for giving people dumb nicknames in their departments. People were shocked. This was done around some of the other co-workers in her department and her director. My mom did not get in trouble for it once she told the director and legal, their name for HR in their department, what happened. The woman ended up being written up and got a stern warning to not say or use any language her co-workers would find offensive. Now, I want to say I don't think the woman was racist, but you should not call someone else you barely know girl when you don't even know who they are. I don't blame my mother thinking it was racist, as the way she described it could be seen like that. It's very rude and disrespectful, you need to ask first before you do anything in my opinion. So the moral of the story is to not be so quick to give people nicknames if you barely know them. I also learned don't F with my mother, as she could put the verbal beatdown on you without a second thought. Guys, let me know in the comments if you're willing to share whether you have a funny nickname or not. Honestly, I was kind of lucky, I was never given any silly nicknames because I don't really like them. The next one is titled "Entitled Coworker Did Not Learn the Basics of Sharing." Back in January of 2019, I was looking for a job so I could kill some time while studying in college and make some spending cash. I got a job as an afternoon cook for the bar at the restaurant my mom worked at. Staff and customers were super nice and I loved it there. Starting around March 2019, my manager asked if I wanted to also work as a waitress in the morning, 6 AM to 3 PM on the weekends for some extra money. I had classes on Saturdays, so I agreed to work Sundays. This is where my entitled coworker EC comes into the story. Sundays would be one of the days my mom did not work, and EC was a close friend to my mom and manager. I have met her before at parties. I am the youngest working there, female 19, with everyone being past their 50s, and was pretty quiet for the most part. I engaged actively with the customers and tried my hardest to help them. Customers consisted of many elder veterans with occasional families that found us on Yelp. But EC did not let me do the jobs that you do as a waitress. For example, the customers would come in. I would let them choose their seats and then greet them and bring them menus/utensils. When I asked for their drinks, I would head to the kitchen, prepare them and head back out. EC would have already taken their orders and then bark orders at me to get the next table's drinks. This happened for every single table. Then I was not allowed to bring the food because she would tell me, "I got this, go bring the drinks or give refills." And on top of that, I was not allowed to give the customers their receipts and could only process their payments if she was busy in the kitchen. To top it off, at the end of the day, she would take $180 worth of tips home while leaving me with $30. Like what? But besides all of that, I decided to not complain. I had no backbone at the beginning of 2019 and continued working Sundays because I at least got extra hours on my paycheck. That all changed in May 2019. It was the same routine that Saturday, but I was working with an upset stomach that entire day. When it came down to counting the register at the end of our shift, I went to the bathroom to clear up my stomach, throw up. When I came back, EC was making a big fuss. "EC, this cannot be right. Me, what? EC?
Did you touch the register? I told you to not touch it because we had to put all the tips in the register to make up what was supposedly not counted for.
Me? What do you mean? I was pretty good in basic math to know I did not give back wrong change. EC?
Come see this.
She thrusted the calculator in my face and started going through her calculations.
See.
Me, I can... My coworkers and boss from the kitchen come out hearing her scream, and she starts telling them, basically screeching, that I messed up the register and now all tips are gone. Everyone knew me as a good person and saw that I was close to tears. I'm highly sensitive to yelling because of my sister. And so my boss sent me home saying I was not in trouble and that they would review the cameras. I come home telling my mom and she was furious. She called my manager and sternly told her that I was not allowed to work Sundays because of how EC treated me. I was relieved of the drama, but upset at the hours cut. So they find other people to replace, but no surprise that they quit, not wanting to deal with EC. She gave them the same treatment like me. Back in July 2019, I get a call from my manager stating that they caught $400 mess up in the register with EC and scolded her for treating me so badly, demanding she apologized, which she never did. My manager also asked if I could come work Saturdays because they were short on staff and my mom would be working to watch EC. She also stated that I would be able to actually do my job and get the tips I deserved. So I agreed. Big mistake. I walk in Saturdays pumped to start working again, only to find out it is the same routine. She also acts so sweet to me, like she did not just throw the biggest tantrum the last time she saw me, trying to get me fired. I'm annoyed by this but decided to keep my mouth shut since EC was giving herself a bad reputation with the other employees. Months go by with no problem till my manager says in November 2019 she wants to get rid of EC and have me replace her with a new girl. I was fine with this and told her, okay, you can already guess that EC did not like this. The Saturday I started training the new girl, also working EC, she started telling all the customers how she was being kicked off of the job. Note, her weekend job was being moved to all weekdays instead, and how she would not be able to make rent and that I was terrible and lazy at my job. At the end of the day, I received $20 tip and my manager ultimately decided not to move her for some unknown reason. I decided that's it. I called my manager and told her I will not be working as a waitress if EC is going to be there. It's disgusting how she treats me, and if she wants to make life harder for herself, weekends are busiest, then fine by me. You know better than anyone that if you hire newbies, they will quit after knowing how she works, and I have put up with her for the longest because I had patience to deal with her. Good luck finding a person dumb enough to work with her. I hung up and enjoyed my next Saturday watching My Hero Academia. Well, almost done, finally. Well, the next following week my mom comes home from working, laughing. Me, what's up? Mom, EC said the dumbest thing today. Me, oh god, what did she say? Mom, get OP to come back working on Saturdays. It is too hard to do it myself. I died laughing for like 5 minutes, legit dying. No one at work no longer likes her and only tolerates her to keep no bad tension. I learned that no amount of money can make me go back to working with her. Lesson learned. By the way guys, sorry for the kind of off-topic question, but it just came into my head and it is kind of important for me. How happy are you working at your current job? Is it your dream job or do you hate going there every single day? I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm currently in a job that I really don't like and I have to continue with it until at least 2021. Let me hear how it is for you. Next one is titled Rant. Coworker pissed and complaining he did not get an above average year-end rating. I work at a good job and every day I am thankful that it has such good benefits while also being really stress-free. Very stress-free. It feels like getting away with stealing for how much flexibility we have. Work at home when you want, come and go as you please, on-site gym/doctor/discount food, pay is good but not mofo good. Nature of the work allows you to deal with more than reasonable internal people and generally we have one big thing to do at any given time and you have like the whole year to do it with tons of support. Also free opportunities for advanced tech certifications that regular people would need to invest thousands into. I am lucky. Anyway, I have this teammate who clearly has a grudge against the boss and makes no secret of it. Sounds annoyed talking to her, blows off meetings for bullshit reasons. Smart guy, does a good job with what he does, smarter than me I would say, but not a team player. It is year-end season, so everyone is learning their 2019 ratings, raises, bonuses. I walk into the area and I can tell he's got his panties in a twist about something. Has pulled aside a different teammate who will listen, they are talking about year-end. I get enough of the conversation to get that entitled teammate learned of his year-end rating and it was average instead of above average, and why he did not get above average, he deserves better because one year he got an above average rating and he thinks he deserved it this year too. This stuff grinds my gears and I needed to post something to avoid a
"when keeping it real goes wrong"
moment. Here is what I think. How privileged do you need to be to go around stinking the place up because you did a better job than most people? This after he gets out of a meeting where he got told he gets a raise and a few $1,000 bonus. And this is his reaction? He does not deserve an above average rating, the guy complains constantly. Most of our partners don't know him because he makes next to no effort to leave his desk. Works from home more than anyone, the folks he has had partnerships with, he gripes about them too. I cannot stress enough, the job is like being spoiled constantly, and meanwhile we are around people who have very hard jobs. Demanding customer service jobs where your ass is tracked rigorously, you cannot leave your seat for all intents and purposes and you have to deal with the same pissed off people with the same complaints all the time. And they do it for years. From another standpoint, in my career I've met awesome people with great work ethic who get screwed in their year end because their manager is actually bad. I've seen people get demoted. If you get an average year end, be effing happy, you live to fight another day, go get some free effing food. Not to mention all the homeless people and people who don't even have a shot at getting the hard jobs at this place with hopes getting the easy ones with hard work. I gotta say, for the most part that was a pretty relatable rant, but now let's continue to the last story. Old cashier trying to help me, harassed by entitled woman and entitled coworker. I was at my local Rite Aid picking up an Amazon package since my local Rite Aid is an Amazon hub. I walk in, grab a Snapple and head to the counter and the cashier is an old woman working the counter alone. I pay for my drink and then I ask about the package I was picking up. I handed her the tracking number and she got up. The way she walked the short distance from the stool she was sitting on to the end of the counter where the packages are, I could tell she had some sort of injury or something in her leg. She was limping, she was able to grab my package. C is cashier, EW entitled woman, EC entitled coworker, and me is me. The dialogue went as followed, right after I paid for the Snapple. Me, I also have a package to pick up. C, okay, just follow me here to the end of the counter. She gets up and walks to the end of the counter, enter EW. As I was waiting for the cashier to grab my package is when I noted EW waiting very impatiently, staring directly at me, almost scolding me. Approximately 30 seconds later. C, over PA, EC name, to the register. As we wait for EC. EW,
can you just help me?
C, yep, I called someone else to come help. EW,
why can't you?
C, sorry, I was helping him first. EW,
great.
After about 45 seconds of waiting for her coworker, very loudly slamming her items on the counter, she storms off.
Ridiculous.
Enter EC. EC,
what is it?
C, there was someone else waiting to be helped.
Okay, I don't see anyone now.
Yeah, she just left.
Well, you should have helped them before you helped that guy.
Well, he was already here. EW,
whatever.
As C is trying to figure out how to scan my package, C, wow, take a few days off and you forget how to do your job. EC,
just hold it over the box.
EC,
no, over the barcode. It's not that hard.
After C manages to scan my package, I thank her and leave. This all happened in a span of 5 minutes. C seemed to have just gotten back from time off and this is the way she was treated when she was just trying to help out a customer. Guys, do you have any toxic coworkers at your workplace? Let us know in the comments. And with that, we have unfortunately reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I see you again tomorrow.